EK Water Blocks EK Nucleus CR360 Lux D RGB. That's the AIO I've ordered. Apparently it's really good. Apparently so far this is until, but I think it's got a faulty pump. I really don't know. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I'm
That's gonna be screwed. I was wondering where I was hearing myself from, just making sure I was live on YouTube.
gonna try and get some more things installed, because trying to get updates and install everything while the machine was overheating, I've had
if anyone's joining, this is my live of me editing.
I've had the plate off. I've managed to somehow get some.
And all the problems I had along with it.
I've applied numerous amount of thermal paste. I'm getting a dad expert.
I just thought I'd try this out, see if I can edit and stream at the same time. Because it might be quite interesting. I mean, I'm not the world's best editor. This is something I need to get.
However, I did manage to get some down the side. I just got cotton bud and
I need to actually improve
done that. But apparently, you can get thermal paste in the actual unit and it'll still work. And you can just clean it with a brush. But I don't really want to do that. I've just seen it being done.
Making the videos is one way to do this.
This has been. Well, I mean, it's my only second PC build, technically, of the same PC.
Technically, it's my second PC build I've made. It's
this is not even under load yet. This is just me idling it, basically. So I fear to see what it's like playing a game. This PC build has been a challenge, but hopefully it's future-proofed my PC needs for a while.
It's not.
Getting ready to play Kingdom. I want to play Kingdom Comes Deliverance 2 and Rocket League, pretty much. And Kingdom Come Deliverance.
I'm sure
that's
it
essentially
will be good,
what
but
I want to play this now.
I would love to get the.
I also need to get my operating system moved over to the Windows 11 when I can. It's been really good fun. Really, I mean, if it was easy, it would be fine. But because it has been a bit of a challenge, it has been a lot more fun. And I need to still load up DaVinci Resolve to make sure I've still got access to that and don't need to pay £285 again. But if I do, I'll give away the speed keyboard.
Oh my god!
But the speeds I've seen so far from when it's been working, it has been really good. Anyway,
it's time for
I'll catch up with you guys.
Right. Gotta add the. What version are we on now? What number is that? 14. We've got a lot more to go. 15. I think this goes on to the AIO install.
So bad news. DaVinci Resolve, even though it was on the hard drive, the CD key never. The CD key never transferred over, so I've had to buy another version of Studio.
That is also up to debate. Did I need to install a brand new version of DaVinci Studio for like £300? To me, it's worth it because you get all the updates. You get once you've paid for it, you're never gonna have to worry again. To be honest, unless you've lost your CD key, and like I did. I've kept the new one though. I have kept the new one. So yeah, for me, Studio is definitely worth it, especially if I'm trying to pursue this kind of make this a full-time gig between Twitch and YouTube. And just while we're talking about Twitch, if you are into mobile games, if you have a Twitch account, you can scan this QR code and it will get you through to Monopoly Go, and it'll, once you hit board 2, your name will come up on the stream if I'm live at the time. If I'm not live at the time, sorry. There's probably a good chance that I'm not going to be live, but you know, you never know. There was one yesterday it came up. The King and Me. It's on the Twitch clips, so yeah. That's just a wee advertisement in there. So you know, if you want to play Monopoly Go, it's quite fun. I've been playing it a lot, and yeah, it's good fun. It's really easy as well. So it would be quite good to be playing on the bus or something, I imagine. Right, advertisement out the way.
What a waste of money, you say, but it's something I like is the fact that you get all the updates and
That, like I've just said.
it's not subscription based. Which
The lighting, dude.
see me.
Can I bring that up? I can. Not very well though. I'm gonna make myself look orange for the barrel, but
Fact that you get all the updates and it's not a subscription based model. Oh, you can't see me. It's not a subscription based model.
Oh shoot! Right, I had the wrong thing selected, dude. Right. This here is where I want. I'm using the speed editor, so.
Something I like is it's
right. It may link. It may cross over for a wee bit, but I'm just going to. Right. Where are we? Right. It's the darkest. Take away the shadows. Increase the highlights. Saturation. Contrast. Maybe. And color. To make it black and white. Can't really bring it up, guys. What I'm enjoying so far is the fact that the 64 gigabytes of RAM and the obviously the let's face it, the well in date processor, how good that is. I mean that changing from that to that on the new PC, the old PC was a pain. I'm sure if I go on automate, see what that does. This though, that's the first time I've done this, so I am also streaming at the same time, so this is going to be affecting the processor at the same time. I'll just see what this does. It'll load it up and while that's doing its thing, I'm gonna get another drink. Did that fix it? We'll find out. How do I get back? Edit.
It's
Oh, I didn't click the whole thing, did I?
I mean, if it was easy, it would be it would be. Something I like is the fact that you get all the updates, and it's not a subscription based model. Oh, you can't see me. It's not a subscription based model, so I'm quite happy to keep paying for it. And if my YouTube channel does kick off,
essentially my Twitch campaign has paid more than half of this just now.
It should eventually pay for itself. But this aspect of the PC build is going to be an unboxing. Yay! I'm not sure if I'm going to make these videos episodes or make one epic video of this, because I know it's been a bit bitty, and this is going to be fun watching it.
Essentially, it has been a very bitty build. I forgot to, well, I didn't forget, I just got so nervous about installing the CPU, I did not film it. And people said the same thing exactly with the cheesecake. Because it was the next again day, I totally blanked that I had to do I had to film it again. So that is the plan. I'm going to make another cheesecake video because I'm now getting comments, and I got 2 subscribers because of it as well. So I mean, it is, and welcome guys if you're watching this. I really appreciate it and hope the cheesecake went well. But I am going to make a new cheesecake video, our YouTube video.
Now, just to explain.
Is getting cut.
Now, just to explain something, what has happened from now and yesterday when I was going on about, oh, my AIO cooler is broken. Well, yes and no. I had the CPU off again, tightened it all up again, and
I'm pretty sure it is. I had this CPU cooler off more times without the proper cleaning equipment, but you're also talking about someone who changed a CPU over to a new one without rubbing alcohol. I used distilled water eventually, but I did previously when I've changed the AIO on the old build. I didn't know anything. I just got a bit of kitchen roll and wiped it all off. Didn't think anything of it. I didn't have any problem with the other machine. Now I've put more thermal paste on in my probably more than 10 PC builds going up. I had thermal paste on, off, on, off. It got to the point where I ordered new thermal paste because I thought the thermal paste was shit. But that may have not been the case.
I noticed the pump wasn't flashing, so I went with all the wires again, and I just readjusted them. And
what was that?
Again, and
we error in the recording.
I just readjusted them, and now the pump is working again. And it did flash red once, turned it off, checked the wires again, and it did. And that's what it was doing the initial time when I turned on the PC. That pump flashed red, and that was where the 100 degrees was coming from, and it wasn't cooling. And then when I was doing the updates on the iCUE software, when I done one update, I got access to speed up the fans, so I done that, but I was still hitting temperatures of 103, 105 and frying the board and it crashing because that. I've also managed to update the BIOS. And then I discovered that when I turned the machine back on again, I was able to get access to the pump, because one thing that happened was it had restarted and the pump must have worked because it went to the computer was running at 53, 54 degrees, and then it turned off, and then the pump must have failed again. And right enough on the the iCUE software, it did say that pump failure, contact thingy, and I just redone all. That's when I redone all the wires, and that's when I discovered it was a faulty pump. And now the i9 1300K whatever is running. I've had to adjust the power on the board again because it was kicking me out of Kingdom Come Deliverance, and so far once I've done the long term and short term power, it hasn't done that. That's not to say it's not going to do it again. I thought I nearly killed the machine last night when I'd hit Intel's max setting and thinking it was going to be alright. It didn't. When I updated the BIOS, I thought, oh, this is Intel settings. Great. I'm now on the Intel basic settings, and then I've even went beyond that and done my own thing. They set to the short and long term power. It's 253. I went with 253, and I think one of the guys on the Reddit was saying 130, 120, 100. I think it was 120 or 130. I went with 150 just to be safe, because after my incident when I thought I had underpowered it and it was never going to turn on again, I've had a few long waits waiting for BIOSes to open again. But so the cooler is working just now. So I've got my latest problem is I'm trying to get the hard drive the Windows is on is too small, and it's pretty much nearly full now with all the
I've
updates.
fixed this now. I got an error program to do it.
I'm trying to migrate over to a new hard drive, but I'm trying to use a USB stick like I did before. But it's
Right, I don't know if anyone else has had this problem, but I was trying to install. This is how I got new Windows onto this PC. Was I am USB transferred over, but I had the issue where I was trying to do this onto a new hard drive, and it was saying, "Oh, this the US key, Windows key is missing." I'm like, well, this is all the times I've installed a Windows install. This has never happened before. I'm like, well, and then I'd read online somewhere. This is the thing. And trying to find this file and delete it. Went through the whole USB drive, could not find the file. So eventually I opted for a hard drive cloning software you got for free if you used the older version, which I did. It worked perfectly. And that's what I would recommend doing, because there was something to do. If you have an active Windows subscription and you create one, it works, but apparently it doesn't work for Windows 11 if you've... I don't know. I have no idea what happened there, but I had so many attempts with this USB stick because I was really not wanting to clone the hard drive just in case something went wrong and I would lose everything. But from what I've discovered is you're better off pretty much reinstalling everything, even the other programs. Look at DaVinci Resolve, that cost me £300 or more because I didn't keep the CD key.
Saying it doesn't have the product key. This whole process is the thing, and
that's the alcohol I wanted to get. It was supposed to be a lot smaller. I didn't notice when it was later, but all the times I had the CPU out, or the AIO coolers off to check the CPU, check the tightness, put more thermal paste on, I was just rubbing it off with like yeah, there we go. This stream's just got a wee bit more X-rated there. But no, we digress. That was the alcohol I was supposed to be using. So this is it. So ibuprofen alcohol. I've used 1 ml of it, essentially, but I could have used probably about 500 mils by the time how many times I had this off with this not horrendous, challenging PC build.
This is finally came. I've been using. Well, I used for the first.
And I literally had about 2 sprays of liquid left of this dehydrated water. Dehydrated water, my god. Distilled water. Distilled water.
First time last night, the last remaining bits of this isotopic water. But this is for cleaning the... I didn't actually realise I was ordering so much of it should really read it. I just broke
in
it up
general,
while
yes.
cleaning the CPU, which I'll have to do later if I do check. And I did, and this is where my new paste has came as well.
I still have that unintact. If anyone wants it, just give me a message.
But I believe this is what we're here to see.
Because that came with a full square of AIO. It actually comes with more paste. This AI cooler, it comes with more unique features than any other more expensive board. This comes with solid amount of instructions, really good, like a really good mounting system. It also comes with its own thermal paste if you somehow manage to break the thermal paste bond, which I can see it could be quite easy because there is a part where you have to put a plate over and screw on, where you have to take the plastic cover protecting the thermal paste off. Yeah, maybe that can happen, but this £180 AIO comes with more features in it than, I don't know, the £360 one I was looking at. The EK Nucleus, honestly, if you're looking for an AIO, I would highly recommend it. It's very minimalistic, so there's no software for it. Everything's controlled off the CPU fan header, and the rest of it is RGB lights and RGB at the side, and it's just RGB. There's no temperature. There's no nothing. It's nothing that you really need to worry about. It's simple. It's easy, and my God, it keeps your temperature. It keeps your computer cool. And I'm with the i9-3900K F. I was looking at the 1400, but then I read, oh, you should get the 1300. But both the 13 and 1400, sorry, have apparently the same issues with thermal throttling, but not anymore. And I've also installed a few more BIOS updates since then as well.
EK Nucleus AIO.
This is going to be a mammoth video. This is a computer build,
DRGB.
and
So
this is what I was discussing before. Should I condense it into
AIO
one
that I have ordered. This is the first time I went away from Corsair.
Yeah, it's Corsair I had before.
I was thinking about getting the Corsair 150i, £300, and this has came out and beat everything apparently. So we're just gonna.
It's true. The Corsair on all
look at this and
reviews
the
battery. The Corsair, the one I was looking at, because I usually buy what I know, and I knew Corsair. They are very expensive for, I don't know, you know, they're very expensive, and this is probably £200 cheaper or whatever it was. I can't remember how much I paid for this, but I think it was not even, I don't even think it was 100. I think it might have been 100 odd pounds. I can't remember, but from this beat the Corsair that I was looking at in all the reviews, every single review, and they had about, you know, a good 10 AIOs on the go, and this was coming on top, or at least near the top. I was looking also at the Arctic Blast as well. I almost nearly got that as well, but I was a bit concerned because there was a second version and a third version, and I couldn't find a good review between the two, or I could find good reviews, but I would want to get the more modern version, but that had an LED screen where you could be like, oh yeah, I've got cool diagrams I can put up, or, you know, pictures or GIFs and you know, stuff like that, where this is just purely focused on cooling, which I like.
Hopefully the best.
If you are joining this stream, this is purely a test for me, because I'm sitting here editing a video, but I also want to get better at my streaming skills, my communication skills, because I am now back streaming live on Twitch. I mainly streamed Kingdom Come Deliverance, because the new one's coming out soon, and I also back streaming Subnautica, and I need to get maybe another game to stream and enjoy, but I also have a passion for video editing, or trying to get better at video editing. Yeah. But so I thought I'll give this a go. I've been streaming me editing, but it may not be the.
Because we're on the
the most entertaining
We're on
thing, but it gives me more chance to speak about my own
We're
foreground.
on the last saloon.
What's actually going on in the video, because this is another thing I need to get video better at, is recording the entire video and not skipping the reveal at the end like I did with my cheesecake video.
The battery.
Which I failed to realise even when I uploaded it.
I can't get this.
Yeah, I was having a bit of trouble here, so we're just gonna...
Where nails?
We're gonna... Oh my god, man, get it open.
This.
There we go. That's a whole, what, 10 seconds there? And that's more than 10 seconds, that was like 20 seconds on.
Yeah,
Oh god.
can't get this.
Power of editing though. Look, oh, it's open.
Comes off the fans.
Ta-da!
So, the CPU fan, apparently. So, you get a
Look,
nice
I mean,
wee
look at this. How cool is this?
welcome box. This is, after I read the reviews, and this is incredibly well packaged.
It is.
So.
It actually is incredibly well packaged. I mean, it is honestly insane how well packaged this budget. It's not even budget. Well, I don't know. It's great AIO.
Nice wee welcome sign. Very well.
The dogs have invaded.
Styrofoam there, and this is what it kind of looks like here. So you got your radiator here, your 3 fans here.
Can you actually see that? Right,
So your fans here.
I was going to zoom this in, because I'm not going to zoom it in for the video, but DaVinci is that right? So that original box is just like a welcome box. This is all your components where you're for connecting your AIO to your motherboard and connecting all the fans to the AIO and above. It's an absolutely amazing package.
So you got your radiator here, your 3 fans here.
Very well detailed by me there.
Another nice, and apparently the instructions are next level.
They are actually. They literally pretty much thought of everything.
So you do get.
That's thermal paste. That is thermal paste. What AIO comes with not only pre-applied thermal paste, because initially when I saw this I was like, geez, am I going to have to apply another lot of thermal paste? But this time I'm a bloody fucking expert at applying thermal paste. But no, this is
Thank you, Tim.
if you dismantle it and you accidentally
you get some thermal paste as well. So I'm starting to worry, not worry, but I'm starting to wonder.
This is what I'm literally talking about.
There's a pre-applied thermal paste on the cooler
This is me
itself.
checking it.
Let's have a look. And there is. So
There is the
I won't need
it's
to
nice
really
and
worry
square.
about thermal paste, I don't think. I'll have a wee look at the instructions, I guess. Now this is the mountain brackets.
Going into the story about the mountain brackets, I had a wee bit of an issue with them, but it took me a while. But you know, what doesn't take me a while to work out, you know, special man.
This is
Oh, I can't even do mine.
right. One for the back. I'm guessing these are the ones for the back.
Good thought there, man. Right, let's get rid of this bit.
The ones in Intel. No. But you get a 4.
It's essentially going back. If you're watching this stream, I do talk about. I get what I buy, what I know, and that's what I know. Intel.
These are the ones for the back. But you get a
So that's why
4.
I've went with Intel, because I know I know how to work the operating system. I know how to do it. I mean,
Yeah. But you
if I
get
build another thing, build another PC, do I build an AMD system? I don't know. Is it learning how to mount a whole
4. It works
different USB thing?
for AMD ones and
USB thing. Oh my god, just shoot me now. Got processor.
Intel ones. This is the cable.
That is
That's
a cable.
how to interlink the fans, I believe. This is a wee tool.
Like
The
you.
brackets. I mean, this is Oh shit.
Right. So these spring mounters are absolutely amazing. I initially I did mention in the stream earlier, but I had an issue with the mounting bracket, and the reason was I was using the AMD screws for the Intel mounting bracket just to try and secure it onto the motherboard. So with this one is you get your motherboard and you mount the bracket. You use a tool there, and I was like, why is this not going in? Decided to eventually use the other screw, and it went in first time.
Spring mounted, looks like, for the screws, and here are the screws here, and I believe these fit on. This fits on here, so like that.
There you go. That's the little tool it comes with.
I'm gonna pick the middle one up. Or here near there. You got some. Put the fans on the radiator, and some more fans for the screws for the radiator. Right, let's have a look at the main thing. We've kind of already partly looked at it, but oh, this is bigger than that. This is bigger than my current one. I'm glad I didn't.
I don't think so. I think I just looked at it there, and I think it was bigger than our one. I think they're roughly about the same size. I did try and look at them.
So there's your pump there, and
if anyone's wondering, Hearts
I
lost.
think it's bigger than the
3-1.
And there's the radiator there. So I mean, it feels decent. I mean, it doesn't feel cheap. I'm just going to put it carefully back in there, and these are the fans that you can see. You can interlink them all, and yeah, and does it tell you which way is which? No, but I'm sure the instructions will tell me which way the wind's blowing. I'm guessing that way, but you never know with these things. And they'll be like, yes, you do know. You're just thick. But that is basically the unboxing of this. I'm going to set this up and I will read through the instructions. But yeah, I'll get back to you.
Okay, so that's where I ended that bit. It's obviously not the end of the video, but it's the... Oh, it's over here now. Some thermometer. There we go. Look at this.
I know it's in their interest to be nice and that, but
I've never had... Corsair never sent me this. I mean, thank you for choosing EK Nucleus.
You don't get that with Corsair. It's like, Corsair's, thank you so much for giving me all your money.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it makes a difference. Made me feel good. Let's see this one.
Here.
Oh, this is going to be the thumbnail. Right, that's the thumbnail. A fucking freaky ass bald man. I need to work out how to get the freeze frame mark and playback. Export. Current frame as still, there we go. Editing. I'll probably stick it in the Photoshop. What I love. I love EK. Right. That is the thumbnail for this video. That's why I filmed that. I mean, I am not bothered by my hair situation. Though, actually, who follows me on YouTube? I have to be very careful because I've got a party event coming up too. I've got a party event coming up, and we have to wear something pink. Give me a second. I've came up with this. You know, this is something big. This is something people are not going to expect. I got pink hair, man.
EK.
I mean, personally, I don't know. It's quite nice having long hair again. I used to have a similar hairstyle at the front, like that's not the situation that's going on at the back. Maybe, but this is what it is, isn't it? Well, it flips to the front. Right, that's it. Wig's gone. Wig's gone. What number are we on? 18. We're going for 19 now.
Right, I'm just going to install the fans just now. The PC itself still upstairs. But fans coming down like this, so I think I'm just going to do the same thing.
Literally just copying what I've seen.
And where do these are supposed to plug in somewhere on the fans, but
I done the right thing.
this is probably this should probably be good to note. Oh, there. Let's undo one just to have a look at it. I'm going to have to do that anyway because that's the... Right. So... I'm guessing this is a pool configuration if we're pulling air through the radiator. So maybe
Right, let's have a look at this bit. I was too bit engrossed with the whole hearts the whole heart situation.
okay.
I think we can safely say that we're getting rid of some
All the fans just now. The PC. All the fan now.
Alright, this is a way.
In the picture, still upstairs.
That's a way.
Right. And that's the main thing. You just need to do the same thing. Do these are supposed to plug in somewhere.
So what I'm talking about there is these are things that are supposed to plug in somewhere. The fans are interlinked.
Plug in somewhere on the fans, but
so you can keep interlinking fans as many as you want, basically. But the three on the
this should probably be
three
good
on
to
the
note.
I/O will interlink together, and there's another one that connects it to the motherboard.
There.
It's pretty simple, but at this point I'm like,
one just to have a look at it. I'm gonna have to do that anyway because that's the so.
right, we're screwed now.
I really don't know. It is a pool.
So what I'm talking about here, if you're unaware with PC builds, fan wise you have pushing air away or pulling air in. So generally you want for the front of your PC, you want pulling fresh air in to try and cool all your components, and the likes of above where my AIO is installed, I'm pulling all the air out, so air is blasting out the top of the PC, not pulling all the dust that's settling on it into the AIO slash PC. Dust isn't inevitable, like Thanos, but you can try and mitigate that, and we've got dust fans and dust filters, but dust always finds a way. It's like building Lego. There's a billion ways to build Lego. There's a billion ways to cool and configure air for your PC.
I'm gonna have to do that anyway because that's the.
Did I literally just take the same fan off and?
Right, I'm just gonna install all the fans just now. See itself still upstairs. Right. So in the picture, they've got the fans coming down like this. So I think I'm just going to do the same thing. These are supposed to plug in somewhere on the fans, but this is probably be good to know. There.
Right, that's gone.
In somewhere on the fans, but let's undo one just to have a look at it. I'm gonna have to do that anyway.
Right, that's gone.
It is a pool configuration. If we're pulling air through the radiator.
I got it wrong. We're pushing air through the radiator because the fans are below. So I've configured this to push. I'm just spriting shit here.
Maybe that's the best thing to do.
This fucking push. It's push, man. Right, we text edit. Pushing. Just set to push.
Maybe that's the best thing to do.
I'm pulling air into the PC, pushing it out for the top.
I generally don't know. I'm not in any way, shape or form an expert on this. On this PC building, as you guys have probably been aware.
I'm not. I generally am not. I'm not an expert. I'm not Jay's 2 cents. I'm not Linus Tech Tips. I'm not. I'm just your average person who enjoys this whole space. I enjoy the streaming space. I enjoy the video content creator space. I enjoy making videos. I enjoy this, and for some people it's hard to understand that why I enjoy it. I mean, it just makes me happy. I mean, I enjoy it. I try and get the people involved. You know, like the sponsorship deals I get offered. I try and get my family involved, and you know the whole Monopoly Go thing. you know, the whole Monopoly Go thing, I try and get them involved. And as I said, you can scan this QR code, it'll get you, and it will link through your Twitch account. It'll get you a username, and you can do that. And you know, that's your name gets read out on Twitch when you complete a level. I generally try and get the people that I'm involved with involved, because this is the thing. This is the thing that the things that I enjoy is content creation, streaming, and love woodworking. I love making stuff with my hands, and this is just generally one of the best things I've done. The whole streaming aspect of things is, I would love to make it full time. I would love to go downstairs, make film myself making something for a customer, you know, a bit of woodwork, selling that, and then coming upstairs, streaming sometime on Twitch, maybe in our stream to YouTube in our editing video. I love that sort of stuff. And it gets
I generally
better.
don't know. I'm not
speaking
in any way, shape, or form an expert.
I'm not
on
an expert.
This,
no, I am just your average person who picked up some parts and put them together.
On this PC building.
I'll film myself doing it.
Probably been aware with my disasters, and I was starting to debate: should I have went for the 12, like the processor before the 12, because
this is me talking about the whole processor problems.
Of all the issues were surrounding the CPU. That's what I was starting to worry about. But let's see if we can get an even better angle of this. So I'm just undoing these. That goes there. What happens to the... So this is the 360 version. I'm not sure, I think you can get a version lower, but I'm not sure if they do a 420, but judging by the size of this, I think maybe I think the my Phanteks Pro case would be able to get the 20 in. I'm going to connect these up.
Right. Let's go back through this. Sorry, I'm getting wrapped up in this heart situation.
That's what I was starting to worry about, because of all the issues were surrounding the... So it's kind of an interesting time.
Oh shit, I went right to I forgot, this isn't used to me.
Version. That goes there. 12.
I could probably get rid of this.
12. Like the processor before the 12, because of all the issues were surrounding the...
To be wholeheartedly honest, I wish I went with the 14. But my current motherboard, I can technically upgrade to the 14. I would need to check to see if that's actually possible.
The
Now with the whole
CPU.
software issue and hardware.
That's what I was starting to worry about. But let's see if we can get an even better Alright. No, just. No, just.
Right. Get rid of that bit. Take the zoom off.
No, just. Undoing these.
So at this point in time, I'm lining up the connector for the fans. Luckily done on the right side.
What happens to the... version. So this is... that goes there.
This is the fun bit about building PCs.
What happens to the...
Honestly, if you haven't built a PC, build a fucking PC. It is fun.
So
You can save yourself some money if you aren't like me and a few others. You can save yourself a lot of money, but you can build yourself a budget PC, for like £300, £400. I'm guessing. This is a rough guess. You're not going to be streaming and playing games like me on this, but you'll have some fun.
I'm not sure.
I can't guarantee you. I can't guarantee you not spending a lot of money. That might just happen. What I can guarantee is you will have a great fun.
I think you can get a version lower, but I'm not sure if they do a 420. But
that is another option. I was looking at a 420 AIO, but my tower could accept it.
Judging by the size of
I'm
this,
not sure with the position of the
Well, I think the Phantom
motherboard.
Fantex Pro case would be able to get the 20 in.
It would. There's space for it. I mean, there's actually space for the.
And the last fan.
There's actually space for the 420s.
And the last fan.
Or a bit.
Now the beauty with this is, I'm guessing, that's just going to have to square. There's protective coating around.
You can see I'm literally
all the fans all the fans will work together and come off the same USB bracket, so it should,
well, thank you for taking the time to watch.
Be individually controlled. I just need to take this bit off. But I was quite disappointed today when I found out I had.
You have to remember, this is me at the start of my annual leave, 2 weeks annual leave, and
Individually
I've
controlled. I just need to take. But I was quite disappointed today when I found out I had to reinstall DaVinci. That was a bit.
Yeah, that art.
That was money that I was not anticipating spending. But this is why I'm glad I didn't spend £500 on the bloody motherboard, because.
Yep.
That.
The other thing is, I significantly saved on the motherboard. I was originally looking at, again, a company I knew, ASUS. I was going to go with their Maximus Dark Hero or Black Hero or one of the whatever it is, Dark Hero, Black Hero, newest board, and all singing, all dancing. And then I found the MSI gaming Wi-Fi. I mean, right, this is another trap I fall into. I went with the gaming Wi-Fi. I went for the 6, and there was one where it says Wi-Fi 7, and I didn't go for the 7 one because it wasn't going to arrive until Wednesday, and I wanted it in the next day. But also, apparently, anything, as J2 Sense says, anything with a motherboard that says gaming on it is just, it is what is. It is entitled to sell you the same pretty much motherboard one with maybe a few extra things on it, but essentially the same motherboard as your bulk standard motherboard. So yeah, I do fall on that. But what I did save was something like £400 or £500 on this MSI motherboard compared to the ASUS one.
That too, I was questioning as well. Should I have spent more on the motherboard? Because apparently it's MSI's problem. But I think all motherboards are the same as well.
It's not MSI's problem, the temperature, it's every motherboard. And what's actually happening is Intel has got their own set of specific instructions, and the motherboards are giving them unlimited power, pretty much. Unlimited power!
Watching Jay's 2 cents and even the...
Great YouTuber. Anything that you want to learn about PC building, Jay's 2 cents, he is the best. Linus Tech Tips, yeah, but I like Jay's 2 cents. I watched a lot of his videos in my video. To inform my build.
And the ASUS, the boards are trying to push all the power over what even the specifications at Intel and the likes of AMD are doing. But a nice easy process of installing. Not going too tight, because I may change it around. I may change it to a push configuration.
So I say that a push-pull configuration, but there's not enough space.
In
the amount of fans.
In my case. I might change one of the bottom fans to extract as well. So we got two going in the way. Now these 3 going down the way, and we've got actually 2 fans at the bottom going up, along, down, and 1 exhaust port. It might create a lot of positive energy or positive airflow. And just push these together like so, and that's that. So I can now connect
Right, this big blank space needs to go as well. Right, get rid of that. Fire that in there. And
right, well that's that.
Ah, fucking hell. You could not have wrote that. I'm gonna replay buffer that. Shit. Ah, there wasn't replay buffering. Ah, that's a shame.
Fans are installed.
Right, fans are installed. Alright, that was 19. We're on 20 now. So
what I have done is I have right, be prepared to see some horrible wiring.
It is horrible wiring.
In no way or form am I a wiring expert.
Definitely not.
Yeah, that's the back of my PC. I've tried so many times, but that's nice and cool. The back plate is actually nice and cool, which is good. Or is it bad? Is the fact that I'm replacing this with essentially, I mean, I've got more fans I could use now, better fans I could utilise around the case, because I could reutilise the fans I've got from here. So that's a positive. The Phanteks case, I mean, this is a really old Phanteks case, but this is...
It is really old, yeah. This is my first build.
Check the dust on that, and that's just from today. That's just from 2 days use. The Fantex case I think is insane. This is a huge case. I mean, this is well beyond what I thought I would be needing, but I'm actually using quite a bit of stuff. The SSDs do need a wee bit of work, and I also need to try and work out which one is the one I want to try and install Windows on, because it's just a wee drive I've got on just now. Because I don't want to.
Last minute I was chatting about an AIO, but the one I'm sure this is taking out the old AIO. That is what it is. That is taking it out.
So, I'm gonna get busy just disassembling wee bits of this. I need to take I'm also gonna have to take the front off as well. So these screws always go missing, so I'm gonna put them on here. So I think this AIO is now gonna play backup to I had my previous one there, as well as backup to this one. So I've tried to be a wee bit neater with these, but I don't really look at my
I do know. I've positioned my PC in such a manner I could look underneath, and it's still not impressive. It's just have it more LEDs.
Case anyway. I don't have any place for it on my stand, so essentially, but I've got a fan under here, a fan under here. I've got 2 fans in here. I've got a fan here. I mean, there's not many more places that I could put fans.
Now, this is what I've been debating recently. Do I have more fans than I need? So right now, on this side here, these are intaking fans. I've got this fan taken out them. I've got this fan taken out there, and I've got this fan taken out there. I have way more extraction fans than I need. But what I do not want is dust coming in from there, dust coming in from there, and obviously that's always going to be your extraction fan. I go, well, you could have that as an intake fan. What I could technically do is switch this round to be an intake fan, and therefore you've got air coming in there and out there, and if that from that fan, air leaving from there. Initially what you want is like positive pressure, but that's something I've been debating.
Or any place I could put fans, but I'm most likely going to change one of these fans if they're big. Yeah, they're big enough.
Right.
enough for this fan here, because I think this has done its job.
So that fan stayed exactly where it was, because that fan above what I was talking about, one, it doesn't fit into the same fucking thing, and the other point of view is it was too small.
Right. I'm just uninstalling the bits I need to. That is not to.
I'm gonna put that. This is what I have to deal with sometimes.
There we go.
What I'm actually debating about there is which USB bit am I taking out? Am I about to unplug the entire USB section to my PC, or am I going to unplug? So I'll just try to slip back the wire there. And it goes back. That's what that's what it does.
So,
That's what the dog's barking at.
that's there, and there's just there's a SATA cable. It just needs to get detected. Sorry about the noise in the background. There we go.
Thing is, Nick obviously is not really involved in this
There we go.
channel
So
or any of my content creations.
Is that. So I just need to disconnect all the fans now from the hub at the back. And what hub at the
I mean, if you love clean wiring jobs, I would just leave right now.
what hub I mean is this one here. So
I had a great idea to sell
I had a great idea to
double side
sticky tape it yesterday, thinking, oh,
I had no
then
idea
I
why.
realised, shit, I'm just getting rid of this.
Because yeah, as I just stated there, I'm getting rid of it. And there's no need for it.
Right, so what I've done is I've freed this all up just now. And I'm not entirely sure I need to do anything at the back again. So what I'm going to do is, well, I'll need, for my next thing I'm going to look at today, I'm going to have to reopen the back, but just for ease,
This is for installing the fan.
and make sure I'm not going to crush anything too much. I'm just going to reinstall maybe just a just a wee bit on the back. This now gives me access to this. Of the whole. So the question is, what am I going to take off first? And I'm going to take off the whole. To take this out. This now gives me access to this. To take this out first, and then screw that on. Oh, the back plate, yeah, of course.
Right.
First, and then screw that on. Oh, the back plate, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I totally forgot about the back plate. There's me saying, I'm going to lock this down.
Now, I wouldn't really need to show you guys what unscrewing a back plate looks like, because I'm pretty sure you guys will have seen if you're watching this what removing a back plate is essentially.
What I did discover was my screwdriver without the bit in it, it was the perfect size for removing
The bit
the
I
back
am
plate.
kind of worried about is this thermal paste gig.
Again, I'm always on a bit with thermal
Because
paste.
when I was redoing this last night, I discovered one of the pins at the back was really wobbly, so
So when I say the pins, it's not the CPU pins. It is the pin. It was the pin of the AIO bracket holder. It just kept wobbly, so I had to really tighten it.
I decided to
Which was the best option?
change that out. I'm going to get some
Right.
I'm gonna get some change.
So naturally, this is going to get cut.
Yeah, discover a good scrubbing. Yeah, I discovered one of the pins were a wee bit wobbly, so I took the back plate off yesterday and I gave a good scrubbing, a good tightening, but not excessively.
I can also, I think. Hi guys, I am currently live on YouTube filming me editing a new video. If you really want to come and watch, come say hi. And there we go. This is what we're doing.
I was wondering where there's a fan thing there. I was like, where's that come from? But oh, it's just this one to go.
I was trying to just work my way around there.
Alright, let's see how good a job I've done on this thermal paste gig.
Right, the thermal paste gig was a bit hot and cold all night, as I said. I was reapplying it more than I was using the PC, but I did eventually opt for the P method all the time. I didn't do the X. I didn't do anything else. I would like to try the X next time.
Oh no! The pump was covering it. Oh, that's it free now.
There we go. And another error. I'm not sure if that's an error with DaVinci or if that's an error with the 90D. It better not be, because this is what I'm recording. This is what this is on.
Right.
I'd love to get the R5 though.
I mean, it was doing a job, I guess. But right. Now I'm going to get a wee... I mean, it was doing a job, I guess.
It was an alright job. It wasn't the world's best. It wasn't the world's probably best thermal paste application, but
off all the low.
right.
So
Bye-bye.
apparently this is really good for cleaning off all the old oils and old.
I'm using ibuprofen.
You can see
Ibuprofen
there,
alcohol.
which is something I've not done ever before. Even when I put this AIO on, when I changed it over.
Talked about that earlier. I did not change any. I did not clean anything with ibuprofen alcohol, whatever it's called.
I just kind of gave it a wee clean, and that was that. But you can see where the CPU has sat, so I'm not sure if that's damaged.
That CPU has sat there for years.
Or that. Don't know if you can see the CPU there, but I've not cleaned that yet. But you can see it kind of got to the edges, and the previous one before went down a wee bit down the side, so I might just get an air cotton bud and gradually do it.
It's true. If you do have thermal paste in the sides, just get a cotton bud of that ibuprofen alcohol and rub down the sides of it. You obviously don't do it with the PCA on. You shouldn't be doing anything without thermal paste and the cooler on, but a person fry a bacon on it.
So one of the things I'd read, someone was saying.
I'm always really good for that. Someone was saying, and then I just.
They push all their.
What essentially I'm saying is, I just done the same thing there. Essentially, what I'm saying is, someone I had read or saw in a video was push all in from the outside in to gather all the paste in, and then clean off with the isopropyl alcohol.
Read. Someone was saying push all there.
This is because I'm doing it at the same time, and that's the problem. Sometimes when I'm concentrating, I'm literally thinking. I'm thinking what I'm thinking, and not really.
And get it away from the sides, and then they get there.
This is me talking to myself in my head, essentially.
Alcohol and.
Right. I think people can literally judge what I'm thinking there.
Try to use a dry towel on that.
Fine.
Just gonna give it a good clean.
Right. I think we'll take all that out from there. This is a very long.
Just gonna give it a good clean, I think, because it's not been cleaned for. Well, I mean, it's a brand new CPU, but the last few times it's
not been cleaned. Not at all.
I've had this case on. It's had more thermal paste over it than.
This is me trying to come up with a clean metaphor, and it does not happen. I think I said the same thing. More times than. Yeah, I still can't think of a clean one.
So this is why I'm quite glad with the new one coming with thermal paste already applied. I don't need to worry about.
And that was my very reason for getting the Corsair one, because it did come with that the previous one I'm talking about, the previous one. I've now got the EK Nucleus. But before, when I was changing AIOs, that's why I got it, because I did not want to put a thermal paste on by myself.
About that, unless I do decide to return the CPU, I will not need to worry about.
And this is me here yet again, going back to what I was saying earlier about jumping back down to the 12 gen, thinking I'm going to have to
thermal pasting for a while.
But I am so glad I never.
For a while.
What I am regretting is I didn't. Well, I'm not even regretting. I like the fact that I've got an i9 13.
Right.
But
I think that looks.
yeah.
And there's still. I think that looks. I'm gonna get a cotton bud. I think I'm gonna get a cotton bud. So what I've essentially done, I've went around it with a cotton bud and trying to get most of the stuff out from the side. But
Kind of looks like you're doing open heart surgery.
as I've said, oh yeah.
I'm Iron Man.
So what I've essentially done, I've went around it with a cotton bud. I am no expert.
This is me saying I'm no expert again.
I am no expert at this whatsoever, but I am doing my best.
But that's what you can do. If honestly, if you're new to PC building, just do your best. I mean, at the end of the day, no one's judging you for it.
And that is all
these people on the internet
one
posting
can
this
do.
stuff.
Just to remove the fan, which I left loose. I think the got a recent comment.
Excuse me, I do
Got
interact.
a recent comment. Guys, here now I'm glad I don't see so many Corsair things. No, because they are, yes, they are they are expensive. I can't remember how much this one cost me, but I'm sure it did cost me north of 150 maybe. This is old.
I was gonna pay £300 for one.
Not sure how old to be exact. Maybe a couple of years when I thought, my.
I did think my other one was overheating, but I think that was just me because my room was hot.
My room is a bit hot. I should probably see if I can cool this PC down a wee bit. Right, down to the last two screws, I think. Oh, face it, we're about to find out when this. Last three screws, alright. That's three there. I'm going to follow with the as I said, this is going to be as a backup. Because
I should not be doing this while I'm editing.
when this sorry. So this is going to be.
I still have that AIO.
As I said, this is going to be as a backup. Because primarily maybe the faulty fan.
Pump, you mean?
It's still a really good AIO.
Uh,
No. And I never know. It may not give me as good as cooling as I'm expecting it to, and I may change back to this. We're stuck somewhere. There we go. It just didn't come through with the. And right, so this is the LDIO. Yeah, it's a 360 and 360. It's a like for like. It's a like for like switch. Now,
just trying to work out where my dogs are barking at. Bye bye.
this is where the fun begins.
Oh, I know what I knew exactly why I wanted to say this line. Because I wanted to add in a quote of this is where the fun begins, you know, Anakin
Backplate
Skywalker.
off again. Hello, messy wires.
Originally I was going to do this up in my room, up in my computer room,
Right.
but I decided I would
No.
to do it downstairs because it's quite fun to take the computer downstairs, have a wee bit of a project downstairs. I'm definitely not doing it in the workshop because the dust would be everywhere.
Glad to see they all stayed on and you didn't loosen up. If it stays on, you may as well just do the entire thing.
Mm-hmm. Right, I'm screwing again.
And that's what's good about this one. And that's what's good about this one.
This might be the back plate.
Just keep all these connectors together.
Initially, I was going to keep all the power supply because it's modular. I was going to keep them all the same. But then, what stopped me was the new power supply came with braided cables, and I thought that looks a lot nicer. And boy, glad I am glad I changed it because old power supplies do not mix.
Best you can do, really. Yeah, mate.
This is
So,
back when I had 16 days left off.
I was thinking last night, things have gone wrong in this build.
This part might be
But-
down to 14.
For me, it's been a bit more of a challenge than the first one.
Well, first one was
Especially
easy.
with the whole cooling situation and working out how to put thermal paste on, and like I'm doing a lot of things I never thought I would actually do. One of the other things was upgrading this PC, but Windows 11 kind of had it in because my PC wasn't good enough apparently to run Windows 11, even though you can bypass it apparently. But yeah, I've just decided to. I just decided to go and I had a wee bit of spare money because I'm giving a lot of money to Nissan for
It's true.
our PCP. If you
So if you're watching this, I'm getting a new car, but it's like a PCB kind of deal. So most of my money came from my savings and interest I have accumulated. So I didn't want to give all the money I've accumulated through interest over to Nissan. So I use my savings for Nissan. I use the interest to pay for this entire PC.
want to know, I thought that money's just gonna go in, not down the drain, but it's just going to a car that I may or may not buy.
It is essentially the thing. Is I'm 4 years down on this PCB thing now. Two Nissan Micras, and now moving on to my second cash guy. I always envision just getting this cash guy, but the new model was good. The screen on it is good. The look of it is good. It makes me feel good. That's
Yeah,
Grant Cardone.
so whereas it's just the money is essentially just going to pay it to lower the deposit.
Lower the monthly payments, you dim bit. Helping people makes me feel good.
That I would normally pay.
That was my reason.
So-
It helped me.
I thought, why not? Why not upgrade my PC while I'm at it?
And yeah, I have no regrets. None. Yeah, I'm doing a wee bit more money than I should have been. Yeah, but I'm gonna have a lot more enjoyment out of this than my car. This has helped me on two fronts. It's gonna be a better PC,
Right.
but it's also going to help me improve
Could be
my
wrong.
game.
But I was trying to install it with the wrong screw.
One, I can now get back to full-time streaming, and I'm an affiliate on Twitch.
So I'm going to try the same one again. Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's me worked out the situation with the screws, and that's what I just thought. I was chatting about this earlier in the stream. Right, what number are we on? 27. Well, we're nearly finished this edit. This is a mammoth edit, mind you.
So just for reference, AMD, Intel. Or looking at it this way, Intel, AMD.
There we go. There's the description for you.
There we go.
Nicola's back. Always nice when she shows up in the videos. Also nice when she makes so much noise though.
Sorry about the noise in the background.
She doesn't well, she does understand the video creation aspect of things, but she still gets on with her daily life.
Sorry
as well.
about the noise in the background.
That's me being annoyed though. That's 2028. We're now on a 29.
Right, carrying on
I love that.
with this with a wee noisy situation.
That's,
Right,
that's being
that's
annoyed.
installed there, and I got one more to go. So apart from using the wrong screws, it's so far this installation's went kind of nice. And it says always use their tool and don't be using pliers or anything, because you could damage your screws and not be able to to use your cooler. You could damage your and it says always use their tool and don't be using pliers or anything, because you could damage your screws and not be able to.
That's true. It is true.
Well,
You can see why
to use your
Oh shit!
cooler.
I'm still beat at bat mode. That's true though. When you're installing this, it gives you a tool, a special tool to do your install. You can see why some people may want to use pliers if you lost the tool.
Right, so next job is to carefully take off this, and with the beveled edges facing away from the pump, carefully put this on like that.
So that's the point there where you can
And
disrupt the thermal paste by taking the plastic off and putting these things on and
attach the screws.
putting the screws on. I am being extremely careful here. You don't have to do this with Corsair. It's really easy though.
I quite like this. I quite like this way of applying thermal paste.
Yeah, I'm talking about the actual method here. The spread method, because to me that makes the most sense. It makes the most sense for it to,
Because it feels like
because you're going to cover the entire
Yeah.
CPU. But instead of you spreading it onto the AIO, when you put your P method on, you get a spatula thing and you spread it across the CPU. The people who say the counter argument to that is people say that you could have an uneven surface and
you're gonna get a better spread.
You won't have the same amount of layers. Like ogres have layers.
I know you can spread it out with an applier,
And apply now.
but just now, I'm gonna leave it like this just now.
That's me being overly cautious, not having to
Gonna leave it like this just now,
redo the thermal paste.
because next comes time to install
just going to leave it installed. That's a bit of suspense. Right until I put the next scene in right away. Okay, so if anyone gets to 2 hours into this video, it's going to be... I only started streaming this about 50 minutes into the whole thing, so this is a 2 hour long video. I think. I'm not even sure if I can upload 2 hour videos. I have to break this into 2 parts. We're 30 now. Actually, I'm 34, but you know.
Right, so I've got the
Pieces back on its side.
the springs here.
So I put the bits, the springs and ready to put on, and I'm just trying to work out the best way to put this AIO in, which it turns out is that way. Yeah, it's that way.
Do you really? Oh. Especially with the work of the other screw. Then I was
I think I take it out. I don't disconnect it from the CPU, but I definitely turn the AIO.
doing cover. What I'm doing is I'm doing it like you're doing a car tire, and I'm just keeping a wee bit of pressure on it as well. And I'm getting some. I'm putting the springs on first, and then tightening them down a wee bit, going in diagonal motions, trying to get even coverage. Not as much. They never said it's going to be easy. Well, it is. It's like cramp space.
I think why I changed it is just because the AIO bit on the fan. Now, what I should have done here was taken all the plastic off. I have now done that, but taking off all the plastic off while it was all installed, it was a pain in the ass. And why I didn't want to put finger marks over it and smudge it and that, but you know.
That should be fine.
This is just me fine tuning everything. Making sure it isn't too tight. This is me switching it now.
I wanted to get in this filler that way mainly because worry about.
I don't even think I need to show that. What number are we on? 31. This is where I think I'm not recording.
Right. New PC placement as well.
So it turns out I did not actually record me putting the I/O in, but you know, fair play.
Not sure if this RGB thing is going to work because I've not got any of them connected because
I didn't look at my motherboard specifications and I didn't know where the RGB 3 slot pin are. So what you're about to hear is a bunch of bullshit.
Turns out my RGB is a 4-pin, and they're looking for a 3. Well, they've got a 4-pin, but with a
no. And I've actually
like the pin's missing.
And apparently I
But
installed.
none of the pins go
I
through.
actually went and bought
So,
another extension for it, and I'm
let's see if
glad
it
I never
starts.
got it. And I'm glad I looked at the. I'm glad I
I
looked at
thought nothing.
the thing, but the pump is working. It's just not lighting. I think the lights. Oh, this is before I even got the lights working.
The fans look like they're. The fans look like they're working. It's just a shame about the RGB. I'll have to check.
I can show you now. If I can show you now, it's like a Christmas tree under there.
Check the temps.
In the case, just in case you're getting dirty thoughts in your mind.
So even with no LEDs, the system is hitting 27, which the other one was about 35, 32, 35, 40, and this is just like running normal.
Oh, you're about to see it, actually. You're about to see it. Next clip.
Windows kind of thing. I'm trying to find a 3-pin to a 4-pin to a 3
I
to
got
try and
that,
get these
but I did
LEDs
not use
working.
it. This is a mammoth video.
But yeah.
This is the longest video I've ever edited.
I am.
And I'm just doing minor edits. I'm not fine tuning anything yet.
But yeah, the ASUS would have been able to do that. So it turns out, if you need to know something, read the instructions.
The only difference now is that I've got the Ripsaw or whatever Ridge Edge, whatever LED RAM now, so I've only got two RAMs, but it's 64GB. I'm having my own issues with the RAM, right? But
yeah, at least
it says on my BIOS it's running at 6K or 5800 or whatever. It's rated for 6400, but the sweet spot for DDR5 is 6000 apparently. However, PC Techie, whatever, is saying it's only running at 2755 megahertz or whatever it is. But you Microsoft now rate an MT, which is ×2 of megahertz or whatever.
So today I have managed to migrate my hard drive, my SSD, which was only 549 gigabytes or whatever. It was looking pretty full with the Windows installation. I've managed to transfer that all over with the OS to my 1.5 terabyte drive or whatever it is. So I've got a lot more space in that, and I've got DaVinci fully installed again.
Happy
So yeah,
Larry with
it's looking good.
feeling good.
This works. It's been crashing.
So the reason it was crashing is because of the RAM issue. And that's that, apparently.
This works. It's been crashing.
And that's all she wrote. So I'm going to save this. That is the entire length of the project. 2 hours and 16 minutes. This is also, I've done this earlier. It wasn't really that necessary. The ASUS stuff came with a DVD, which I did use, but I was able to get access to the internet without it. However, this build, when I was installing Windows, it did not allow me to join the internet. My one display was only one display as well. Right. Oh, that's that. Well, this has been interesting. This has been a fun little stream. It's been good to share with you guys, and I will probably do this again. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and if you are you watching this on catch up or something, subscribe, costs nothing, and come and watch me live on Twitch at 4DXT. No productions, just